Hello everyone, my name is Amy and I enjoy gaming, and this is Background Gaming, a series of long format videos perfect for having on in the background. So today Blorbo is going to continue her adventures in Shadowfen, and we'll see where she takes us. Probably able to wrap up quite a bit of business. This isn't a very long section, and we'll definitely get to work with some guilds.
Keep your head down. The invaders in percolating mire are indiscriminate in their killing. What? I haven't heard from her in years. Why did she decide to write me after all this time? She and Kinash, my wife, did not get along. But now Kinash is dead. It's comforting to know Rabine still thinks fondly of me.
Thank the three. Someone who looks like they can handle themselves in a fight. My husband's in danger. Please help us. The Dominion invaded. They trapped my husband, Jarit, along with the other villagers. I hid and got out past the guards, but I won't leave without my husband. Those soldiers are terrorizing our people. Kill them. Rescue everyone you can. And please look for Jarit. I don't know what the Dominion's doing here, but they said something about crystals. I'll sneak back in. Meet me near the village center. They didn't expect to see a Dunmer, so I made sure they didn't. I can be stealthy at need. He was born to slaves in Vardenfell, and yes, he's Argonian, but he's different. Distant. Haunted. Listens to words more than meaning. But he's my husband, and I love him. The Tree Minder lured him here. The Tree Minder says Argonians born away from the Hist are damaged, but they can be healed by some sort of ritual to join them with the Hist. I don't know. I don't want them to change Jarit. And why does the Dominion want him, or the others? Yes, though I didn't catch all of it. Crystal shackles, buckles, I'm not sure.
I can't believe it. Free at last. My thanks.
Not a moment too soon.
Surely you have better things to do than loiter here.
Save Jarit. He's in the hut over there.
find... Oh, yeah.
What did they do to him? What's wrong with my husband? Jarit won't talk to me. He ran up and hugged me, but he won't speak to me. At least we're both alive. We're together again, thanks to you. Ever since you rescued him, Jarit won't talk. Look in his eyes. It's like he's not there at all. I had harsh words with the tree minder. She won't talk to me now. Would you ask her for help? Her hut's just up this path. She doesn't trust me, and after our recent clash, I doubt she'll want me to stay. But I'll do whatever she says it takes to heal Jarit. I wish we'd never come here, but Jarit insisted we'd find a way to fit him.
Welcome. Today, you've protected those who cannot protect themselves. Like many born away from the Hist, Jarit is withdrawn, but never entirely silent. She thinks I blame her, but Fain Vildan has done nothing to harm him or this village. No, it's Jarit they wanted, and together we can find him. The Dominion clearly targeted Jarit. As his spirit reunited with the Hist, it was open to suggestion. Weak, and now it's lost. I need freshly picked Lanciata foliota to track his spirit. It grows within our mushroom cave. Just that. Know that once you touch the Lanciata foliota, it will only work on you. Bring it here, and I'll guide you to a place Jarit's spirit could be. Be careful of the caves, Wamasu. They're a necessary but dangerous part of our cultivation. everything's ready for the blessing. All I need is the Lanciata Foliota, and then we can start. Good. The Lanciata Foliota will put you in a dreamlike state. You will feel as if you're Jarit himself, and you will know what his spirit needs to reunite with his body. Follow your instincts. You'll be able to reach Jarit's spirit wherever it wanders. Close your eyes, chew carefully. Concentrate on Jarit, and the Hist will guide you to him.
Seek Jarit's memories. Say what should have been said. Should have sent you to Black Marsh. You weren't meant to be a slave, Jarit, my son. Sithis blessed us with a clutch of eggs. Master offered to send them back to Black Marsh, but we chose to keep you, all with us. If we had listened to him, none of you would have been born slaves. Can you forgive me? Then I will die knowing, whatever my mistakes, and they were many, I will be at peace with my son. Thank you. Memories remain tangled. This weakens our roots.
Jarit, I've seen you talking to my daughter without bowing your head. Never do that again. Is that how you address your master? You're a slave. If you look at Fane again, I'll put your eyes out. Do you understand? Why, you scally little piece of... You'll suffer for this.
You've untangled memories. The Hist blesses you.
Jarit, I heard you talking to Treeminder Folzok. You're not going to Percolating Mire, are you? Different isn't wrong. I love you the way you are. Do you mean it? I can come with you? I know it won't be easy for us. Jarit, we're stronger together than apart.
Come. Meet me beneath the Hist tree. Pain opens the door to corruption, separating body and spirit. Healing cannot be complete while the corruptor lurks nearby. I am part of the Hist, a part you can perceive and help. Carathel of the Dominion steals my memories and weakens my fibers, using Jarit's fragile new connection to reach me. Stop Carathel. He enters the Hist through Jarit's mind to take my memories. Carathel's treachery will kill me, and my children will suffer. I will send you down to the Hist roots. Kill Carathel and save Jarit.
Destroy the intruder! Destroy the intruder!
You've been asleep a long time. Jarit has asked about you. Several times, in fact. What happened? There's more to it, isn't there? The Dominion used crystals on our people, pulling at them from inside their heads, they said. But some don't remember it at all. Why? Ah, that clears it up. Jarit has developed a strong connection to the Hist through this experience. Something he lacked since his birth. He must become a healer. Please convince him of his destiny.
I'm glad to see you awake. Yes, my thanks. Now that I can hear the Hist, Treeminder Folzok wants to teach me to be a healer. Fane wants us to return to Narcissus. I don't know what to do. I want Fane by my side wherever we live. Clearly she's not happy in the mire, and I wasn't happy in Narcissus. You've traveled. I trust you. What would you do? Life won't be easy for me as a former slave. Even with Fane's help, the best I could hope for is work as a laborer. But her family's there, and she misses them. I value her happiness. She wouldn't leave, and she'd be unhappy. But once my training's complete, we could move elsewhere. Maybe a city like Stormhold would suit both of us.
Well, the random number generator went with 1.
Fane came here to please me. It's only fair we should return to Narcissus to please her. Thanks for helping me decide.
Why hasn't he come home? Where can he be? My son, Widimvo. The accursed Dominion Dryskins dragged several young ones out of the village. A few came back, but not my son. You helped our village. Please, can you look for him? The Dominion must have set up camps nearby.
Commands.
Have you found my son? Others returned from the bog, but not Widimvo. Our former master gave him this necklace. My son wore it to remind himself that not every dark elf is cruel. At least Widimvo returned to the Hist a free Argonian. Thank you for finding him. This is no place for the living. Not anymore. If you're here to honor lost friends, you should come back next season. Maybe things will be better by then. Wisps or no wisps, it's wrong to leave a body unable to return to the Hists. And the travelers who bring the bodies, well, they expect a burial. I've tried, but I can't fight wisps with a shovel. All I can do is bury the dead. The wind has not whispered that to me. There have always been wisps, but never this dangerous. My mind would be eased to see travelers free of this threat. Life here is hard enough already.
You are the sun on my scales.
I'd be dead if not for you. By Sithis, you're a welcome sight.
I have something to show you.
You have wandered far. Rest now with me. Why do you resist? I offer you peace.
Be strong, stranger. Be gone, spirit. Come. You've seen the danger firsthand. I have not seen her attack prey so fiercely. What quarrel does she have with you? Her voice commands the lost souls, so that's a likely reason. I weep for the other travelers who fell prey to her traps. You should leave our cursed gravesite while you still can. No, she is not destroyed, only silenced for a time. She is old, perhaps as old as the swamps themselves. I do not know what caused her to take an interest in the living, but this does not bode well for any of us. I wonder if this has something to do with our new visitor. We've never entertained an Altmer before, or it may just be coincidence. Volrendel seemed harmless. At first he studied our ways. Then he began taking tokens and other discards from our rituals. That was odd, but did no harm. Then he was caught digging up some of our graves. He said he simply wished to examine them. He didn't disturb the bodies, it's something else. I want to understand him, but he won't discuss it with me. He's set up camp not far from here. Perhaps there are some clues there.
I came to this hallowed place to learn, not to deal with petty thieves. I'll report you to Jujai Teal. She won't tolerate vagabonds on this site. Of course, I should have expected this. Tell the generous Jujai Teal not to fear. My work does not threaten Argonians. It is personal, the work of decades. And now I may finally have succeeded, though I must betray the legacy of the ancestors. My wife. I'm talking about my wife. She is the joy of my life. Such grace as you see but once in 100 years. Then death took her. I could not prevent it, but I cannot let go. She was caught between worlds. Until now. My wife lives. She's blessed by an Argonian reincarnation. Thank the Hist. Though I wanted this, I was still amazed at how quickly she awoke in this place. The Dominion will execute me for desertion, so I remain here in the home my beloved created. Only here. It must be the proximity to the Hist reclaiming its dead. To have her back with me, it's wonderful. Yes, of course you should meet her. She's within. It just looks like a cave, but inside she's recreated our home.
A traveler. Welcome. Rest at our hearth as long as you wish. Shall I prepare you some food and drink? Of course I am. Don't I look like a beautiful high elf noble? Are you with the Dominion? Did they send you to arrest my husband for desertion? Begone! He must not be bothered. I am Valrendel's wife. I am the one he loves, the one he cares for, the one he has sought all these years. I will make him happy, forever. I have no more business with you.
Are you well? All around you I see marks of that spirit's tendrils. You have been to the Altmer's camp. What did you find? Wife? He came with no wife. How could... Ah, how foolish of me. Our Wisp Mother has assumed the form of Valrendel's dead wife. She is strong, far greater than the simple spirit I thought her to be. This is dangerous. Legends say you cannot destroy Wisp Mothers, just as you cannot destroy the moon or stars. No, her essence must be sealed, or else she will rise from the swamps again. She's taken a fancy to her new lover. This we can use against her. I always make plans. So, we must seal her in something ancient and powerful. See the far Zanmirs? Each holds fragments I need to make a prison. I'll prepare the ritual site, gather the pieces, and meet me where the newly dead are buried. The urn you carry once contained the cursed souls of those who can never return to the Hist. It was punishment for their blasphemies against the Saxilil. It's lost some of its power through the ages, but it will still serve our purpose. I must conduct the rite. Your duty is simple. Do not let any souls enter this circle, or they will become trapped as well. Let me know when you are ready. The vessel calls to souls long lost. They come. The artifact is ready. Do not unseal it until it's time. You should take the vessel to the Wisp Mother. She is powerful right now, so first you must weaken her. Then open the vessel so it can take in her corrupted soul. You may need help from Valrendil to reach the Wisp Mother. I don't think Valrendil will want to help you, though. I don't know where else to look. Poor Valrendil. I fear the Wisp Mother will use him. She'll force him to protect her, even though violence is against his nature. You must be kind to him, and she must be stopped.
You. My wife asked me not to allow anyone, especially you, into our sanctuary. It was heartless of you to put such fear in her. Leave! Lies. She told me you'd say such things. Why you, a stranger, could possibly hate her, I don't understand. She may have forgotten a few details. You know nothing of Death's Toll. It makes no sense. Though I may not be able to stop you now, I shan't give up. What? Very well. Sometimes I think what I see isn't quite right. Sometimes from the corner of my eye, or when she thinks I'm not looking. Anuil's clarity. Have I lost the fixed center? What is this place? Gods, what is that?
You've ruined our life together.
You were right. About everything. My wife is as dead as she ever was. It was all simply a lie. I was blind. A desperate mer, tricked by his loneliness. You know, she must have loved me. She saved my life so many times. From Dominion spies, from things in these swamps. She It must have really cared. I don't know. I should stay here. If Zizhai Teal will allow it. No other place will give me safe haven, and my people will want to execute me for treason. I can still study. Perhaps someday, I can even be forgiven.
Excuse me for not rising. I'm not as spry as the hatchling I once was. Look out there, outsider. What do you see? Sadness? What of the ones who can never find their way to this place of rest? What of the ones lost to us forever? More than a story. My mother, Najipa, was one of the last to enter the White Rose prison before the Imperials fled. She died there. Since the prisoners took over, I can't approach the place. Now spirits remain separate from the Hist. That is the greater sadness. No, it is not our way. If her spirit is to return to the Hist, some part of her must be buried properly. Then she would be reunited with us, even after all this time.
Keep your voice down. The Dominion has taken Murkwater. We can't afford to be caught. Murkwater is a simple fishing village, but the Ayleid once called it home. Ancient artifacts and dark secrets hide beneath the swamp. Agents went in to uncover the Dominion's purpose. Batarmij, Nuisha, and Rodathax. They haven't returned. I'm certain of it. If you can find and rescue them, meet us at our rendezvous on the hillside overlooking Murkwater. We need to know what our Shadow Scales learned. The Dominion must expect a powerful prize to send a force this large. Step lightly. The Dominion fills the swamp like rotted weeds. I spotted Batarmij tied up over there, and I heard Noisha's voice coming from the cave nearby. As for Rodathax, he must be deeper in the Dominion's camp. We're Shadow Scales, born under the sign of the Shadow and trained as assassins from birth. We're called upon to sway the balance of power or right wrongs in and around Black Marsh. We officially hold allegiance to no one, but we're Argonians, and if the Dominion steals treasures from our land to establish a seat of power, we must stop them. Though, we're somewhat out of our element here.
Go around!
Are you here to help? In that case, don't just stand there. Release me. I must report to Paleheart before any more soldiers get here. Is the rendezvous the same? Excellent. Then we haven't been discovered yet. I'll see you there.
My sickness, it's about time. I can't believe it's taken this long to send someone. You're here to free me, right? Nice to know some of us weren't captured. I'm sure I'll never hear the end of this. Now, if you could untie me, I'll be on my way. Then the plan hasn't changed. Hopefully I'll see you there. At least you made it this far without getting caught.
Friend or foe? Speak up. I may be a prisoner, but I won't be toyed with. Just the words I want to hear. Cut me loose. I've got plans for these low-life dry-skins. I'm sure Paleheart would approve. Good. That's on the hill over there. I could use you in my future plans. See you soon.
You must be the one Radithax spoke of. Our agents owe you their lives. Indeed. The Dominion is searching for an Ayleid artifact, the Relayus Lore Keystone. Radithax believes it's too powerful to fall into their hands. The citizens of Murkwater that weren't killed in the invasion are being forced to excavate for it. Take this whistle. Our first priority is to save Murkwater's people. When you locate them, use the whistle to signal my agents. They'll take care of the rest. The Dominion took particular interest in a local scholar named Haj Tum. She was spotted, accompanied by 2 guards, headed to the eastern Ayleid ruins. I believe Haj Tum can lead us to the Keystone. The Keystone is a relic that can tap into the power of Loriasel, an Ayleid ruin here in Shadowfen. If someone obtained all the Keystones, they'd have control over Loriasel, and that would grant them immense power. The Ayleids kept the Keystones separated. One was hidden in Relayus Lore, the ruins you see around Murkwater. The Dominion must have learned this, and sent a force to recover it.
What is this?
Escape with me now, while no one is looking.
I couldn't bear to dig much longer. I'm glad you came.
What's going on?
I'm here to help. Do what I do, and no one will see us.
Shadow Scales. I guess it's my lucky day.
Follow me closely. I'll keep you hidden.
Lead the way. I hope retribution comes next.
Who's there? I didn't kill your Dominion friends. I warned them, but they didn't listen. I thought no one would come for us. I've searched many years for the Keystone, and had a breakthrough before the Dominion arrived. I tried to mislead them, but they found my notes. It should be in one of the chests we unearthed. Be careful as you open them. An ancient evil guards the Keystone. Find the Keystone first,
And worry about me second. Who knows when Dominion reinforcements will show up?
I have new orders from Paleheart. Come speak to me at the excavation site. Don't worry about Hajtum. I'll patch her up. Did you find the keystone? Paleheart is eager to proceed. Very good. Paleheart will be pleased. Are you ready to take back the town from those Dominion scum? We've learned that the Dominion brought a large shipment of crystallized fire salts. These salts are highly flammable. We want you to assault their ship, collect the fire salts, and then spread them around the river. If that's not enough, why not kill their leaders? Velalaya and Kassar Dro command the Dominion forces from the ship. Now is our best chance to create confusion among their ranks. The Shadow Scales are going to systematically kill every Dominion soldier we can get our hands on once the river is on fire. We are currently studying their troop movements and getting our agents into position.
decides.
You've done excellent work. Our agents are in place. All that's left is to set fire to the river. Once the river is ablaze, we'll strike hard from the shadows and take back Murkwater. Are you ready? You should have the honor of lighting the fire after all you've done for us. I've stacked up a pile of wood, light the remaining fire salts, and set everything ablaze. Paleheart requested you return to her. Leave the fighting to us, and we will live up to your previous example. Now light the fire, show them how shadow scales return a favor.
I could hear the fire salts exploding from here. Good work. My agents will make quick work of the Dominion's forces. Now, to end this, do you still have the Relayus Lore Keystone? Radithax and I think you should be the one invested with the power of the Relayus Lore Keystone. The only way to acquire it is by absorbing the stone. Radithax knows the ritual. Because the Shadow Scales know you're someone we can count on. Someone who sees things through to the end. You deserve to possess its power. Are you ready to begin the ritual? Radithax, if you will.
Of course. May Sithis watch over you, my friend.
Radithax, are you hurt?
I'll be fine. I have the marsh in my veins.
You and the Keystone are now one. Its power resides within you. You'll know when the time comes. By now, my agents should have retaken Murkwater. They'll be celebrating in the village as we speak. If you're leaving soon, I'd like to ask a favor of you. Take word of what we've accomplished to Azenar and Hismir. They know the situation here at Murkwater, so they should be informed. It's not far from here, just to the northwest. Are you here for the trials too?
How could anyone, let alone a dark elf, desecrate the shrine of Saint Velos? It's scandalous.
You made it! I wasn't sure if you would. I haven't had a drink in days, but if you've got the ingredients I need, it's time to celebrate. Give me the meat, quietly. Vinaza is here and he's suspicious. But if he doesn't see you pass me the ingredients, he'll have to admit I won the bet. Help? You saved me from a fate worse than death! What that Argonian had planned, well, you'll see. The claw's on the other foot now. Please, take this reward. It's not much, but you've earned it tenfold. All right, you lizard. Here's the meat I collected. Pay up.
Anwei is a hunter of great skill. She always gets her quarry, and she always will. Oh, the humility.
If you're here to complain about that Dominion soldier, I've heard everything already. Murkwater, that poor village. I hope the Shadow Scales made the Dominion's conquest a costly one. You confronted the Dominion at Murkwater? We have a similar problem of our own. The soldier in question, Captain Hanamo, announced himself and his intentions to undertake the trials of the Burnished Scales. By holy tradition, pilgrims who declare themselves may not be harmed. The Hist alone decides his worthiness through the trials. Those who complete the trials may commune with the Hist. I don't know why this interests the Dominion, but I fear it is no good for Shadowfen. Perhaps you could find out yourself. Take the trials and keep an eye on this enemy of our people. Shimate presides over the trial of the mind, the first challenge. He'll administer the trial to any supplicant. All are as one within the Hist. To be as one requires discipline. The trials prove your commitment. They also test your body and mind. We must see if you're capable of surviving the process without dying or going mad.
Pilgrims have gone missing since that elf arrived.
What happened to our pilgrims? Where could they be? The pilgrims were supposed to arrive hours ago. I expected some pilgrims from Forsaken Hamlet today. With the trials at hand, I must stay here. And none of the other route stewards have the time to search the Northeast Road. If you're headed that way, would you look for them? you found any signs of our missing pilgrims? What would the Dominion gain by keeping pilgrims from the trials? It is senseless.
You say for this next trial I'll need to run? Fine.
Pilgrim, the trial of the mind awaits below. Your goal is simple. Show you comprehend our past. Communing with the Hist teaches who we were before, makes us what we are now. To remember our ancestors' deeds is to know ourselves. Learn of our past, and act with what you gain. You conquered the trial of the mind. Faster than Captain Hinamo, might I add. Perhaps he's not suited to feats of intelligence. Your next trial is that of the heart, where unnecessary distraction and digression lead to failure. Follow the well-traveled path marked by statuary. Speed is of utmost importance. Nazooks awaits you at the finish. Are you ready? Someone, please, I need your help. So embarrassing. I twisted my ankle during my trial.
Would you walk me back to Hist? I can't make it alone. So many beasts in this marsh. The elf. He ran right past me. Well, a good deed is its own reward.
I've waited for you. You've undertaken the trial of the heart. Time is meaningless, for the true test lies within your own heart. You willingly failed a task to help someone in need. This was a necessary distraction. The trial of the Fang remains before you. You must fight while at great disadvantage. Bemikas will assist you in your preparations.
Another pilgrim? So few today beyond yourself and that Dominion soldier. Are you ready for the trial of the Fang? I do. It's quite simple. Defeat any of these warriors in single combat to pass the trial of the Fang. Oh, and you must drink poison. Nothing permanent, just something to dull your senses. Here, when you feel the poison's fire in your veins, challenge any warrior to single combat. Go prove yourself ready for the Hist.
What? Your sickly pallor comes from root rot poison. Excellent! I accept your challenge, and I offer you the honor of first strike. What?
I see no lingering effects from the root rot poison. Aren't you a hardy one? Yes, and you did it well. Few make it past the trial of the mind, let alone all 3 trials. They're necessary to prepare one's body and spirit for what comes next. Good. I've prepared Hist sap in the bowl beside me. drink it when you wish to commune with the Hist. It is different for every pilgrim who drinks the Hist sap. You may speak words or think thoughts that aren't your own. When the Hist shows all it wants you to see, find Comax A at the highest tier of our pyramid. He'll help you interpret your visions.
My love, I found the right mixture. You've heard it before, I know, but this time I feel it in my scales. Drinking this will allow all of us to commune with the Hist. We'll regain what our people lost. I guess it's now or never. The Hist is in my mind. So strange. I must...
Years of work, and it all comes to this. I almost don't believe it. You should be the one. You communed with the Hist, refined the amber. Placing the Zot stones was enough for me. It worked. Oh, and it's so beautiful. I must tell the others.
Are upon us. Quickly, activate the Zot stones.
What do you want?
Such power, were it ever to fall into the Kothringi's hands.
Why would someone who would take the relics? Their only value is historic. 3 simple stone pieces, part of our heritage. No jewels, no gold, nothing a dry skin could value. Theft isn't unknown in Hismir, but it's rare enough I wouldn't know where to start looking for the culprit. Such ardor, you might consider undergoing the trials of the burnished scales if you haven't already. I would welcome any help. I stored the relics in this cart. Perhaps one of the pilgrims observed something I did not. I'll remain here to protect what relics are left, to guard these pieces of our heritage. Such a strange thought. Our history, carvings, keystones, and bits of Hismir itself, all of it rough old stone. Every season, we take them to our pilgrimage sites. They have no value to anyone but us.
You would speak with me. It happened last night, that's all I know.
The winds carry strange seeds to Hismir. Will they take root? I heard a strange noise by her cart. I saw one of my people wearing a red jerkin, and that's all I know. I had nothing to do with it. Whoever it was ran to the east. That's all I know.
Kayak, do you make a habit of barging into houses? I know nothing about stolen relics. Now get out of my house. Wait. Some high elf pilgrim offered my tail's weight in gold for those things. But after he saw them, he said they were useless. Take the relics. I want nothing to do with any of this.
Did you recover our stolen relics? Are relics stolen by one of our own? He knew their lack of worth to outsiders. Perhaps his egg spent too much time in the shade before his hatching. No matter. It's enough you returned them to us.
As Root's steward, I must say your vision remains a secret of the Hist and yourself. But for myself, I must ask, what did you see? Zotstones. The Hist may be showing you a way to defend Hismir against some future threat, but I have not heard of Hist Amber in an age. You should speak with Kamaxe. If anyone knows, he will. Gone. Whatever the Hist showed him, he was in a hurry to act. Perhaps his people are threatened as well.
The look in your eyes. You've communed with the Hist, I see. You and the Dominion captain make two outsiders in one day. A portent if there ever was one. Fruit of the Hist. Its magic once powered the Zotstones, protecting us from our enemies all those years ago. But the Hist haven't borne fruit in an age. Why do you ask? Oh no. Captain Hinamo also asked about the Hist Amber. Then he left here in great haste. If he possesses any amber, he could use the Zotstones upon the Root Stewards, the Pilgrims, everyone in Histmir. Why would the Hist show him this vision? To ward the western ruins. If you find any Hist Amber, keep it from Captain Hinamo's hands and return it as swiftly as you can. Should the Dominion plan to capture Hismir for themselves, I must prepare a defense. I pray the Hist Amber is lost to the ages. Captain Hinamo must not control Histmir's lost power. The Hist cares not for kingdoms or politics. It shares what we have forgotten. How we use its gifts is our doing. pleased the Hist today. Rather, you fulfilled the Hist's expectations. A subtle distinction, but necessary to comprehend the Hist. You unlocked a secret from our past. One so well hidden we didn't see it ourselves. We'll retain this memory until it is lost once more. Then, in a time of great need, the Hist will reveal your deeds to our descendants.
They say shadow scales are killers in the night. Then how do they explain Murkwater?
It hurts. Can't keep fighting. We need help. Our village is under attack.
The swamp. My friends and I were scavenging, as we always do, when the Horvors and Stranglers went mad. There are dangers in the swamp, yes, but we've been dealing with them since we were hatchlings. something is wrong.
I don't know, but Treeminder Nexith might. He's been in Zalithix as long as I can remember. If anyone knows what's wrong with the swamp, he will. Look for the Treeminder in his hut. He's usually there, consulting with the elders or communing with the Hist. The sooner you talk to the Treeminder, the better. I'm not sure how much longer we can keep these creatures out of the village.
The swamp itself has turned against us. It's the Horvar. They usually feed on small mammals. Clutches have been known to swarm sickly Wamasu, but nothing like this.
They're much larger than normal and more powerful. In days past, if a rot gorge did attack an unwary scavenger, all she'd have to do to break its hold was smack it on the shell with a stick. Now the things cling until you kill them. They're mad.
Hope seems a foolish fancy.
The corruption. It's too strong. Who are you? If you're allied with the Daedra, I'll send you back to Oblivion screaming. Kaok, you come at an opportune time, stranger. The Hist must have guided you. Daedric energies permeate the swamp, overwhelming the power of the Hist. I tried to commune with the spirits, but you can see from the state of my hut how well that went. I must perform a ritual of clear sight, but I can't do it alone. I have a potion that must be placed in the ceremonial jars at the base of the stele surrounding the Zanmir. I'd ask my hunters, but most of them are wounded or fighting the beasts. It won't be easy. When I tried the simpler version of this ritual, the Daedric force nearly destroyed me. I can't imagine it will allow you to place the components easily. Be careful in the swamp, especially around the stele.
Look out! This is a disaster. Some scavengers are lost in the mire, and I can't spare anyone to go look for them. Any chance you can help me? Zalithix relies on scavenging for its livelihood. Instead of hunting their usual prey, stranglers now attack the scavengers. I'm a scavenger, not a warrior. Look around us. The stranglers attack everything that moves, whether it can resist or not. Can you help the few fighters we have left? Be careful of the Horvors. They're the giant tick-like creatures burrowing through the muck. Usually they're a nuisance, but lately the bloodsuckers have been downright dangerous. They're large, overgrown plants. When threatened, their spiny tentacles grab at you and pull you in. Even experienced scavengers can get caught by them if they aren't careful. Thanks for rescuing our scavengers from those crazed plants. We could still use your help. Well, Nimble Knuckles asked me to ask for your help, if you've got time. A strangler's barb hit Nimble Knuckles, and she dropped her bow in the muck. She's a bit shy about asking you directly. Please look for it. It must be in one of the trash piles. Off by herself around the Zonmir. She's proud of that bow, and its loss affected her greatly. For a scavenger, she's too attached to material things, if you ask me. Is that... Zuth! You found my bow. I thought I'd lost it forever to the mire. When you have so little, everything you have carries meaning. I erect the spine of gratitude for helping me.
I heard fighting below. Are you all right? Zuth, I should have known. The stench of oblivion permeates this bog. You placed the potions, though, I can tell. The miasma around each stele has cleared up, at least temporarily. Yes, with the power of the ancients behind me, I can discover the exact nature of our enemy. Perhaps then, we can discover how to cleanse the swamp of this foulness. Stand back. This may be dangerous. Talk to me when I'm done. Spirits of the bog. Creatures of nature. Show me your wounds. Reveal your injury. Namira, I revere thee. Namira, I serve thee. The Daedric corruption is strong. I was nearly overwhelmed, but at last I've pinpointed the source. They attack our heart, our soul, our memories. They're attacking our Hist tree. We must free it at once. I must stay here to keep the Daedra back. Go to the Hist tree, near the center of Zal Ithix. During my trance, I saw what they did. Namira's minions placed a relic there. It poisons the swamp. Unearth the relic. It's buried at the base of a nearby stele. Once you have it, you'll need to climb the winding road to a tall ritual site that overlooks Zal Ithix. There, you should be able to use it to stop Namira's minions. Namira is the Lady of Decay, the Daedric Prince of spirits and shadows. She's the patron of vermin and squalor. She wants to extend her influence over Zal Ithix. The relic is the key to open that door, but you can use it against her minions. In my vision, I saw the Dremora react to the relic. They are terrified of it, of what it can do. The same energies it uses to corrupt our Hist tree can be turned upon Namira's minions. Wield it, and you can destroy them.
Someone has to. The tree minder needs us.
Mortal worm, get away from there! You're the mortal who's interfered with my creatures in the bog, aren't you? Don't bother to tell me your name. You won't need it if you continue to trouble me. Who am I? You could not hope to comprehend my true nature, filth. Think of me as an aspect of the Lady of Decay and rightful ruler of all spirits. I claim this land and all within it. None may defy me. Those cold-blooded primitives fell once. They can fall again. I will show them that their spirits of the Hist are pale shadows compared to me. Now, leave my hand where it lies. Abandon your foolish quest. What help can you give them, mortal? I cannot strike you down, but my minions are more than enough for the likes of you. Even those foolish Hist worshippers recognize that. They won't even approach this part of Zal Ithix. What? How did he know? Mortal, if you attempt this, my creatures will overwhelm you. Nothing will stop me from taking Zal Ithix. Abandon this foolishness, and you may yet live. Why bother, stupid mortal? Give up. My lesser minions barely slowed you down. I'm impressed. But you're too late. I've already begun the ritual. Once it ends, my corruption will spread throughout Zal Ithix. Only if I give you time to use it. Come forth, my corruption. Be manifest and destroy this worm.
You've done it. Namir has been defeated. Look, the miasma is clearing. A few Dremora still lurk along the road, but their hold on Zal Ithix is broken. When you banished Namira's corruption, you allowed me to reconnect with the Hist throughout Zal Ithix. There is still work to be done, but thanks to you, we can now complete the cleansing. Thank you. You will be remembered. The source of the corruption is gone. Our swamp is whole once more. Thank you again. You are welcome to stay in Zal Ithix, of course. We've still got some cleaning up to do. I recommend you avoid the high road, though. There's still Dremora lurking there. You might explore outside Zal Ithix. I understand there's some ancient ruins nearby, between here and Hismir.
A visitor? To the prison? How unusual. Another visitor to White Rose Prison? This isn't exactly the main route. The Vice Cannons tracked one of the long-lost keystones to White Rose Prison. If we can recover it, this artifact would be a major boon to our war efforts. Unfortunately, the prisoners don't trust the Vice Cannons, which means they don't trust me. You're welcome to try. We need that keystone. Look for General Ritus, an old Imperial general they left here to rot. He's the prisoners' leader. Hopefully the prisoners will let you in. We need that keystone. Very little. The Imperials built it in the First Era. When they were pushed out of Shadowfen, they abandoned it. I'm not sure why the prisoners remained. Some say they're cursed. He had the reputation of being honorable, at least for an Imperial. I don't know what he did to get left here, but it must have been bad. The Empire abandoned a skilled general. Argonian artifacts of great power. Legend ties them to various ruins throughout Shadowfen. The Vice Cannons can't let them fall into the wrong hands.
What do you want?
What are you doing here? Turn back while you have the chance. You do, eh? It better be important. You'll find him in one of the ruined buildings north of here. A word of advice. Don't stray into the western side of the prison. Not unless you want to be eaten. For dinner. Some of the prisoners have gone feral. Captivity with no hope of escape will do that to the weak-minded. If you can stop to chat, your business must not be all that important. That topic is off limits for me. General Ritus might tell you about it. I don't know, and I figure I'm better off that way. Think about it.
What do you want?
What are you doing here? I have enough trouble without outsiders bringing more. The Vice Cannons expect our help? Where were the Vice Cannons when the Imperials left us to rot? We've been trapped here for years. Half the prisoners lost their minds and started eating the rest of us. You think we tried? My Imperial brethren used the power of your precious keystone to bind us to this prison. If we leave, we die. No one bound to the keystone can even touch it. Let's make a deal. Ferals overran one of our camps. The survivors of that attack need patching up, but the medical supplies are still in the camp. If you can recover those supplies, one of my people will tell you where the keystone is. Very well. Get the medical supplies to Journey. She's holding the tower southwest of the camp against the Ferals. And remember, I'll hold you to our bargain. All of it. The longer we're trapped, the greater the chance we'll turn feral, or be eaten by them. It hasn't been easy. Argonian traders stop by sometimes, and we've been able to forge enough old Imperial supplies to muddle through. I refused to slaughter a village of Argonians. It wasn't a fair fight. They had no soldiers. I don't believe in pointless slaughter. My superiors thought otherwise. Some think it's the Keystone's influence. Using it to trap us must have had some effect. Others think the Feral were weak-minded and broke under the strain of our situation. Who knows?
Well?
Am I cursed to watch the world go on without me? Were my crimes that great? Once, 1,000 seasons ago. Less? More? I have lost track of time. How I long to sink into the soil. Unremembered and unremembering. Yes, I remember. My only hatchling. I died atop a tower, thinking only of him. But I will never join him. Not now. You've returned. How long ago did we speak? Why have you come? My hatchling. Something about my hatchling. These ragged bits of bone? This is what became of me? Yes, that must be true. So strange to sit beside myself. I can feel the call of the swamps, the caress of the roots. I thank you.
An egg brother betrays his people in silent mire. Sithis take him for doing such a thing.
What do you want?
It's been quite some time since I saw a new face. Why are you here? Haha, about time. If the General wants me to hold this tower, he needs to send me medical supplies more often. I bet there's more to this than meets the eye. What did General Ritus promise you in exchange for the supplies? There had to be something. And you agreed? He may not have mentioned the danger. The keystone is in the prison dungeon. I don't know exactly where. And I should warn you, the dungeon is crawling with cannibals. Sargon might be able to help you. He's in the dungeon, foraging for supplies. Here, let me put this ointment on you. It'll mask your scent from the pharaohs, but not for long.
What? Even in death, I feel trapped here. Part of my soul is tied to this prison. The Imperials brought my family here after they killed my husband. My children, Uzal and Zarukari, are somewhere in the dungeons. I need them with me before I can pass on. They're dead, too. Somewhere in here. The Imperials took them away from me. Please bury us beneath the tree just outside the cave entrance to the prison. Inter us in the open air, away from this dank place. Find them. Find their ashes. I'll never find peace until we're together once more. Families were always separated. Though kept apart, we sometimes managed to meet. When I despaired the most, thoughts of them kept me sane. In the end, they died deep within this place. Alone and afraid. Look in the cells. My memory fades, thanks Rendar. I remember fear, rage, and pain. And then relief.
Satakal, you scared me. Been dodging ferals for hours. I thought they had finally found me. Who are you? Journey is a good woman. I live long enough to tell her so. If you're looking for the Belial Keystone, does that mean you're going to free us? It's probably in the prison warden's office. It'll be a long walk. The shorter paths up to it crumbled or collapsed long ago. There'll be a lot of ferals to deal with on the way up. I'll come with you if it means our release. Just don't expect me to fight. Friendly advice? If you have to shut an iron gate, keep your fingers away from the bars.
Shirt. It always smelled like him. Mara bless him. I made that bracelet for Nuzal. My poor children and I deserve a better resting place.
put me so far from my children.
Wait! Before you do anything with the keystone! We finally made it. I thought we were done for once or twice. Before you take the keystone, there's something you must know. There's some kind of link between the Baleo keystone and prisoners going feral. If you don't use it to free us, if you just take the keystone away, the results will be disastrous. Over time, all the prisoners bound to the keystone lose their minds. They become feral. Please, don't leave us to that fate. The prison warden had a book about the keystones. They knew, and they still did this to us. There's a book on the prison warden's desk. That may be it. Betrayed us. My mind! No!
Face me or my prisoner dies.
Together, finally, Srendar answered my prayers. I am. This was our favorite place in the prison. We'd meet in secret, dreaming of escape and our life beyond these walls. Once the guards found us and punished me severely. But those fleeting moments of peace were worth every lash.
You did this to us!
out of here before those cannibals rip me apart. I can walk if you get me free of these bonds. We need to get away. Meet me outside the prison. Thanks for saving me back there. Whatever you did, General Ritus wasn't pleased. Not at all. Did you recover the keystone? You absorbed it? Well, I suppose that's better than leaving it, as long as we can still access its power.
Alright, I think that's as good a place as any to call it for today. We didn't get to the guild quests, but that's fine. There'll be plenty of time for that. Maybe in the next episode, we'll see. Alright, until next week, I'll see y'all later.